I want to show you how to make live kefir using kefir grains. That's here, these are the grains. And I have the distiller on the back, water distiller on. I don't know if this Panasonic microphone will pick it up or not, but it should be okay. Okay, here I have the finished kefir. That's going to go into the fridge. And these are the grains, which you can wash as long as you don't have chlorinated water. Otherwise, when you wash them, you should do it in with a plastic sieve, and just a plastic sieve like this, and wash them in clean spring water or high quality bottled water, but don't use water that has fluoride or chlorine added, because it will kill the grains. These grains are alive. I don't know which form these are. They're two Caucasian kefir and Tibetan kefir. I think this one is Caucasian. And I always use plastic. The reason being that metal has electric charge. You see, the kefir grains have their own living electric charge, and the metal disrupts that because the metal actually carries its own charge. So this is an example of the grain. Yeah, should be able to do that. And these will grow larger. I mean, I got about less. I ordered these from on the internet, from a site that they make them, and so I don't know how much I got originally, just a small amount, not much. And you can see that's a few months ago, and you can see what has resulted as they grow. And so if you can't deal with that, you can actually eat the grains, and they taste fantastic. I like them. They're sort of lemony. And otherwise you can give them to friends. Anyway, what you do is, this is milk kefir. Now, the reason I do milk kefir is I'm lactose intolerant and I can't drink milk. And but the kefir changes the milk. Of course, adding living lactobacillus, and so I can, although I'm lactose intolerant and I don't even like milk or taste the milk, but I can actually I can use the kefir and drink it, and it's no problem, and it's really fantastic. It saved my life. And what this does is as the grains digest the milk, they create this living lactobacillus that is very good for the gut and helps populate the natural friendly bacteria in the gut. And so that's basically it. Glass. Use glass jars, don't use plastic, don't use metal. I use the plastic spoons and the plastic sieve. Some people just don't bother and they say it doesn't make any difference, but because I understand electric current and electric charge and energy fields, and the fact that basically we do live on an electric earth, and our body functions through electrical charge. I do know. Now this is okay, the clips. You don't have to put them on. I just put them on. But it also just works as well without. And so there you are. Now that will take about, well, it's quite warm, and I have the oven on and baking potatoes, so I guess it would start to be working 6 to 8 hours. It depends on the temperature. If it's really cold in winter and you have it in a cold location, it takes longer. But the kefir for sure will be ready in 8 hours, and you can put it into the fridge to slow it down. In fact, I could just put it in the fridge now and it would just go really a lot slower. But I like to, and you can store them in the fridge. If I want to just store them and I'm drinking every day, I'll do this, put it in the fridge, and 10 days, 14 days, it's fine. It just doesn't, they just slow right down. But if I leave it like now, and because this area is warmer from the oven, 8 to 10 hours. And then what I do is, well, because I've got all this to drink, then what I do is I will put this with the kefir grains in the fridge just to slow them down. And then later when I want to use them, I'll sieve the grains out. This is the kefir, the fresh kefir, without the grains, and this is with the grains. And so that's how easy it is. And then you just have to pay attention from hygiene and keep the jars clean, and just don't have if you neglect the grains and then they don't have any food to eat and they've just built up into big thick mass. This is thinner. This one is thinner because I actually had it in the fridge, and so this is like yogurt consistency, but it can sometimes be very thick. But if you leave them and you don't take care of them, then you can end up losing the kefir. And if they float to the top and if they turn a yellowish or orange colour, you have to throw them away. So it does take some level of care, but to the whole it's really easy. And I mean, I don't even eat yogurt, of course, because it's pasteurised anyway, but this is a living food. And it's easy and it's a lot of fun. You really get to love your kefir grains and actually form a relationship with them. And as I said, you can eat them too. They have a really nice, fragrant, lemony taste, and eating them is good for the gut. Then you get the beneficial bacteria direct. Kefir grains. That's homemade living kefir.